Hey everyone, my name is Paul Stevens with iGo Sales and Marketing, here with another SuiteCRM tutorial. Today we're going to take a look at setting up cases. Now, SuiteCRM has a really excellent case management system where clients can email in like a case. So when I say case, I mean like they have a problem. Depending on what your business is. In my business, it might be they have a problem with their website. They can send in like, hey, I have a problem, can't log in, to my support email address. The support email address will create a case in SuiteCRM. And then what'll happen is it'll automatically send them, yes, we've received your case. And then it sends me an email saying you have a new case. And I can go and solve the problem and update the case in SuiteCRM, and it sends emails to the client and keeps track of, whether it's open or closed or what stage it's at. Okay, so it's a pretty cool little system, but it takes some getting used to, and it can be a little difficult to set up the first time. So I'm going to walk you guys through doing that. All right, so let me just get myself off to the side of the screen here. Okay. All right, so this is the case management module here, and just before we start, I'll show you really quickly what a case looks like. Okay, so basically, need assistance with a large customization, and you have a case number, so each case will get assigned a number. You can assign a priority, a status. It can be linked to an account. It can also be linked to a contact down below. Once you add a contact, then that contact subsequently gets email notifications about case updates, okay? So you want to make sure, and you can link it just like anything else in SuiteCRM to a project or an activity or bugs or documents, anything else you want in SuiteCRM to link to it, you can, okay? So the other thing here is it has this little box here for updates text. So if you want to let the client know I'm working on it, okay, and then you save that, it's going to send the client an email, and it's going to keep track of what's going on in the case here. Anyway, I think I'm going to do a second video on how to work the cases, but right now we're going to concentrate in this video on just basically setting it up. Okay, so a couple things you need before we start. Okay, you're going to need to set up a special email account. So you can use support at or questions at or cases at or whatever you like. It doesn't matter, but you need an address that you're going to send that the clients are going to send their case or support issues to. Okay. Then in SuiteCRM, we need to set up an inbound email account. We're going to have to set up a job to, before we get to the job, we're going to need to set up the email templates. They have a bunch of default ones set up, which are pretty decent to start off with, but you can customize those. I'll show you where those are. Then there's some specific settings for the advanced OpenPortal, or what manages the cases, and you have some choices there about what happens when certain things happen, like a client replies to an email and that kind of a thing. Okay, and then the last thing is we want to make sure we have a cron job that's set up to go and check that inbound mail. Okay, and so that as part of that job, it will pull in any cases or anything like that. Okay, so let's get started here. All right, so the first thing that we want to do is, so I already have an email account set up, okay? So we want to set up the inbound mail account, okay? So let me just get everything open here so I can show you. So we're going to go to, and sorry, it's behind the camera here. We're going to go to admin, okay? And then in admin, what we're going to do here is we're going to go and find our inbound email right here, okay? Okay, so I'm going to set one up. The first thing you want to check is just make sure that the case macro is set to the default here, case :%1, okay? I haven't really experimented around with changing that around or what else it could be, but just, that's important. Make sure that's what it is. And what that does is when it sends out a case, it puts that tag in the subject line, and when the person replies back, it looks for that tag in order to match it up to a case. Okay, so I would just leave it at that. I don't know why you would want to change that. So okay, so let's set up a new account. Okay, so what we want here is a new group account. Okay, because so more than one person could possibly access this. Okay. So in order to do this, you're going to have to know what your mail settings are. So I'm just going to open up mine on another screen here so I can just refer to them. Okay, so we're going to call this, let's say, the support email. Okay. Okay, and you put in your mail server. Let's just see here. I'm just going to get my settings here, sorry. IMAP. Okay, and I'm probably, when I make the video, going to blank out my settings, but you need to know what yours are. So it needs to be an IMAP address, okay? It only supports IMAP. The next thing you want to do is put your mail server port in, and if you've never set up an email account before, you can ask, I don't know, your email administrator for all these settings or what's required in order to connect. Okay, so you're going to want to set up an SSL setting so it's encrypted. I'm going to put in my username and password here. Okay, and then just so that I know that this is connected, I'm going to press select here, okay, and see if it connects, and it does. Okay, so because it's connected, I know I've got the settings right. Okay, so I want to just select my trash folder for there, okay, and then my sent folder, select. Okay, so this is actually connecting to my email so that I can pick the correct folders. Okay, there we go. That way I know it's good. So it's going to monitor the inbox. It's going to use the trash folder as the trash folder and the sent folder as the sent folder. Okay. I'm going to want to import emails automatically. Okay, so as soon as someone sends an email, it will import it. And then I want to create a case from that email. Okay. So I'm going to just check that off. So as soon as you check that off, you get some other settings that happen here. Okay, and you should leave most of this stuff blank. Okay, so there's a couple of things here you do want to fill in. Okay, so the distribution method here is, so who is going to get the case? Okay, so you have some choices here. A single user. So, if you want to if you're a one person who's setting this up and you want to set it to yourself, you can just do that single user and select the user. You can do round robin, in which case you need to have a group set up in your security settings and have more than one person in that group. And what it'll do is, say there's 3 people, A, B, and C in that group. It will send the first one to A, the second one to B, and the second one to C. That's if you have like a customer service team. Okay, and then least busy. So let's say one person has 3 cases, one person has 2 cases, and one person has 1 active case. It will send it to the 1 active case, okay? Or the person who has only 1 active case. If you set it up random, I mean, that's obvious, it's going to go random. So I'm going to just single user. I'm just going to pick myself here. I think I'm in as admin. Let me see. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so anytime a case is created, it's going to send me an email. The next thing is is when it responds to people, who do you want the email to come from? Okay, so I can put here like support team, and then the email address. So the one I just set up is support at, okay, and reply to name. So when they reply, what's the name going to be? I'm just going to put support team, okay. And then that's pretty much all we want to do here. There are some other settings here for selecting case reply templates and all that kind of stuff. But this is really for an older version of SuiteCRM. When they did an update and added in the advanced OpenPortal, I think they forgot to remove this stuff. So one thing I do have checked in my settings here is this one here, and since I have it checked, I'm going to leave it. And then number of auto responses, you can limit the number of auto responses a person gets in 24 hours, and that's kind of a good idea just in case you like set an endless loop up. I've done that myself where I've like replied from the inbox back to a client, and it just kept creating case after case after case. So which replied back to the inbox, which created another case. So I have done it. So having a limit there is good. Okay, so those are all the settings that we want in the inbound mail account. Okay, so that's good. That's saved. That's going to monitor that inbox. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do in our list here is check that we have all the email templates set up. Okay, so we're going to go to wherever you have email templates set up. I have them under my marketing here, so I'm going to go take a look. Okay, so if we look at the system emails, okay, there's a bunch of these already set up. Okay, so the cases are going to use here are going to be like the case closure, the case creation, the contact case creation. So the case creation goes to the person who is managing the cases, and then the contact case update goes to the person that that goes to the contact, and the contact case update goes to the contact when you update the case. And then there's an email that goes to the user saying there's a new case. And there's one other one if you set up the Joomla portal. I'll maybe do another video on that. But you can set up a Joomla portal. If you're not familiar with Joomla, it's like a WordPress type thing. I wish they had a WordPress portal, but they have a Joomla portal. Anyway, you can set up the portal in Joomla, and anybody can log in, create an account. Well, you have to give them access, but they can log in after you give them access, and then add cases and monitor their cases in the Joomla portal. Okay, that's a subject for another day. So we have our emails here. If you wanted to change these in any way, you can. The default stuff is pretty good. So case creation, it's hi, contact first name, contact last name, received your case number, or case name, sorry, which is the subject of the email, and there's your case number, and here's your case date entered, and then the status, the reference, and the description. What I normally do is add here, please remember to reply with this case number in your to this email if you want to talk about it, and that way SuiteCRM knows how to pull it in and stuff like that. So I know I put a few instructions here about how to respond to the case and how to update the case and answer questions related to the case and that kind of a thing. Okay, but the basic one is good just for testing purposes to start out here. Okay, so now if we want to, the last thing we have to do is set up the not the last thing, second last thing, set up the AOP settings. Okay, so you'll find that, and pardon me looking around here, but I'm kind of looking behind my camera. We want to go back to admin, and then we want to go to AOP settings down here. Okay. And let me just open up all my settings here so I can do this properly with you. Okay, so do we want to enable AOP? Yes, it's enabled by default. Okay, do we want to enable the external portal? So that's what if you have the Joomla set up. Okay, so we don't want to do that in this case. Okay, and then here's some settings here again. There's some duplication between the older way that SuiteCRM did this and the new way, and I think there's some. So if you notice, in the settings we did before, these settings were there as well. So just to be safe, set them in both places. I haven't really done testing to determine which one is the right one, but just set it in both places. So it's going to go to a single user, administrator, which is me, okay, or you can select anybody you want, and we already covered what those meant. Okay, then we have some rules here, okay, we want to set up. Okay, so the first one, if the status is new, okay, and then the person, so let's say that they've sent in the case and it's status new, okay, so then maybe you've responded and said, okay, I don't really understand what you mean, okay, and they reply back. So now what we want to do is we want to change it to a different status. Okay, and in mine I have a response received, okay, status, so that I know that the client has responded back. But in this case, I haven't set up that. Well, you know what? We can go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to open up another tab here, okay, because it makes sense. Go to admin, and then we're going to edit the drop down in Studio, drop down editor, okay, and we are looking for case status. Okay, so there's a billion of these things here. Luckily I found that one straight off, but you can use your browser search in this. Like if you go if you're in Chrome or whatever, you can go up to search and it'll look for, like, say, the word case on the page. But it's this one right here. We're going to add one more because I think it works a little bit better. Whoops. It's going to make me put a underline in there. I before E except after C, right? Okay, there we go. Response received. Okay, so I'm going to add that. I'm going to save that in the drop down. Okay, so that's done. So here I'm just going to well, let me just refresh the page and I'll start again. Okay, all right, so we went through all this stuff. We're going to assign this to the single user administrator. Okay, administrator. Okay, so then we're going to add a rule that if it's new and we receive a response, we are going to change it to response received. Okay, and then if it happens to be, so maybe I have sent something to a client and I've changed the status to pending input. Okay, so I'm waiting for the client to get back to me. Okay, so when it's pending input and we receive an email from the client, we want to change it back to response received again. Okay, so when we're managing these cases, and I'll do a second video on how to manage the cases, but you would, the new ones, you would read them and see what's going on, maybe ask a question for the client, change the status to pending input, and then you'd be waiting for a response back from the client. Okay, and then if it's happens to be response received and then we receive another response from the client, we want to leave it at response received. Okay, and then the last thing we can think of here, and you can do, if you can think of other combinations that help in the way you want to manage cases, you can do that as well. But let's say the case is closed, and then the client says, oops, sorry, it's not closed, it's still a problem. You want to put it back to response received again, and then you can deal with it. Okay, so those are the rules I use, but as you can see, you can come up with other rules and add as many as you want. Okay, but those are the ones that seem to work for me. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is the support address is support at and it's from support. Okay, and then here's where our templates are. Okay, you can select any other ones, but it defaults automatically to those templates that I showed you earlier. Okay, so in this case, we're pretty much done setting it up. I'm going to save it. So I am just going to pause this for a quick second. I'm going to send an email and then ensure that we get the case. Okay, so let's go to cases. And then I'm just going to pause for 1 second and be right back. Okay, so I just sent myself an email and I realized I forgot the last step here. Okay, so we have to make sure that our inbound email job is running. Okay, so let's just go and check on that. So I'm going to go back to, I think do I have admin set up here somewhere? Let's see. Yeah, let's go over here and go to admin. Okay, and then let's go to our scheduler. Okay, and I'm just gonna make sure I have this enabled. So I don't. So check inbound mailboxes. Okay, so let's just enable that one. Okay, actions, edit. Okay, I'm gonna make it active. Okay, so you want to just make sure that you set your server settings correctly here. For our purposes, I've set it to be 1 minute, so we can check it right away. But you probably want to set this, every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or something like that, just so your server's not running, checking emails, checking emails constantly. Okay, so I'm just going to save that. Okay, so now if I go back and just look at my schedulers, I will see that this is running and that it is active. Okay, so in a minute or so, I'm just going to put you on pause. We should go back and see that in our case inbox. Okay, so my job is running. I'm just going to go have a look here in the schedulers and double check here. So my check inbound mailboxes, okay, it has already run. Okay, if you have this set to every minute, you'll see a long list of them. I just had to activate my cron jobs to make sure this was running. Okay, but it's running now, and you'll see my test is here. It pulled in a bunch of other ones from my my actual support email, but that's okay. Here's the one I just sent. Okay, so it assigned a case number 51 and status new, and it's open and it's a test, and there's the test case that I just sent to myself. Okay, and this is what it looks like. So again, if I put an update here, you'll see the status is new, but if I put an update and reply back to it, it's going to change the status to response received, and you can keep a running trail here of what you're communicating with the client. And you'll also see that in the history it has attached the email. Okay, and it should normally attach the contact. I think I'm set up as a user though. So the way this is supposed to work is, I forgot one thing that's important. Like, not just anybody can send you an email and this will work. Someone has to be a client or whatever. So if someone is set up as a contact in your contact database or a lead, and then they send, or I think it has to be a contact, and then they send you an email, it will relate it to the contact and it'll do that automatically. And then when you respond, it'll respond automatically back to the contact. So the key thing there is you need a contact with that actual email address. So I just sent it from myself to the support at email, but because I don't have a contact record for myself in there that has my email address, it's not going to show my contact relationship there. So you just want to make sure that if your clients are sending emails in, that you have a contact created for them and you have an email address that they're using in order to make that relationship happen. And in which case, when you respond, they'll get the email and everything will work through properly. Okay, so that's it for setting it up, and it works pretty cleanly. So what I will do is I'll do another video for how to sort of manage and work the cases once it's all set up, because this video is getting kind of long already. But anyway, if you like the video, do me a favor and press like, press subscribe. It really helps my videos get seen by other people, and it it gives me a good reason to make some more videos. If you do want to get notified of future videos when I release them, click on the bell down below, and that will give you a notification when I post a new video, the second part to this one, obviously. And then as a final note, just wanted to mention that I do consulting for SuiteCRM as a living, and I help people get SuiteCRM up and going and train their staff and help them with their sales system and their digital marketing and all that kind of stuff. So if you are interested in any of that stuff, my contact information will be down below. You can contact me there. I also offer an online training that is really in depth, a full course that covers everything a new sales rep needs to know in SuiteCRM, and I'll put a link to that down below. So thank you for watching. Again, my name is Paul Stevens, and check out the next video.